World, you know it is your boy Cam 1111. You YouTube's Rookie of the Year, and I'm back with an absolute banger. Shout out Matty Balls. Ain't no Diddy, but check me out. All my industry invaders, man, I want to say thank you for all the love and support. How one post ruined this rapper's career. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you are new, let's go.
About a year after Mac Miller
So this is for knowledge
drug
purposes,
overdose,
man. Happy Sunday.
GoldLink made a tribute
My
post
allergies
but
is
it
going
wasn't
crazy.
Like any other tribute post, because the entire post
Let's check it
came
out.
off as extremely disrespectful to Mac Miller and his legacy.
Let's see what's really
Especially
going
since
on
Mac
out
wasn't
here.
even alive to
Happy
respond
Sunday
to
out
it.
there. I hope all
Everyone
is
on the
well.
internet into a fit of rage
My
that
allergies
was
whooping
so
my ass, but
devastating
shit,
to
we working.
GoldLink's career that
Yeah,
he doesn't
we
even
working.
release music anymore. But to understand why GoldLink did this and the type of backlash he received, we have to understand a little bit about his relationship with Mac.
So let's get into it a little bit. GoldLink has a few hits. We know GoldLink. You know his songs, but you don't really know him or the artist. You know the songs though. But this is for knowledge purposes. This is learning. Make sure all of my creators, artists, rappers, musicians, whatever it is, if you want to be a part of the music and music industry, make sure you're learning from these videos. And my job is to bring the knowledge, try to help spread the knowledge. To all my industry invaders, man, I can't thank y'all enough.
Released his first and breakthrough mixtape, The God Complex, in 2014, which was highly rated by outlets like Spin, Pitchfork, Clash, and more. He got into touch with Rick Rubin, who executively produced GoldLink's next mixtape, After That We Didn't Talk. This allowed GoldLink to get a solid amount of buzz. And then
that's insane though, y'all. You drop one project that's critically acclaimed, your first ever project that gets critically acclaimed. That never, ever happens. And then it was so critically acclaimed that you was able to connect and link up with Rick Rubin, all-time industry legend. Wow.
With Mac Miller. There isn't a ton of information
That's insane
on Mac
right
Miller
there.
and GoldLink's relationship, but the most public aspect of it is when Mac Miller brought him on his Good AM tour in 2015, along with artists like Earth Gang, Damo Genesis,
On the come up.
and more.
This is on the come
tour
up.
really helped bring a lot of eyes to GoldLink, and many fans of Mac Miller became fans of GoldLink. One thing that was clear about Mac Miller is he seemed like a really good guy, public and friendly, and most fans were aware of how good of a guy Mac Miller seemed to be. Mac even made GoldLink a cake after being
Shout
on
out,
the tour.
hey, long live
Pitchfork
Mac
said
Miller.
he helped
No
introduce
Mac
just
Miller
about every
slander at
young
all.
rapper he came into contact with to a bigger audience, including GoldLink. Miller always seemed to find a way to be in close proximity to the artists he loved, either bigging them up or putting them on.
That is true.
GoldLink even said himself that Mac Miller was one of the first artists to put him on.
Without Mac Miller, there would be no GoldLink. He was the first. I'm gonna tell you this to help me out. The first that ever even looked my way was Pusha T. The second person was Wale, and the third person was Mac Miller. Okay.
It was around this time that Mac Miller began working on his next studio album.
So what happened? That's
Feminine.
big credit.
Released in 2016, the album was a lot smoother, with less rapping, more singing, and more melodic. He had topics about women and love, which was a bit different from most of his previous material. Mac gave a few reasons as to why he went that route.
Like my perspective on love and kind of like adoration towards a female, you know what I mean? Like that love story, and it's not like there's just no like negativity involved in it. There's not like there's pain, but there's not like.
But see, I ain't gonna lie though, y'all. How y'all feel about?
It's just,
we learn it together, right? But the Divine Feminine, that's a really great album name.
very like
Really incredible album name.
towards the female.
Long live Mac
He
Miller for
also
sure.
said one time that he made the album because he saw too many guys at his show and not enough girls. But I can't remember the interview, so let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Regardless, this album was a huge success, debuting at #2 on the Billboard 200 and having songs like Dang go platinum. But GoldLink had a problem with this album, one that he wouldn't reveal until 3 years later. In the meantime, GoldLink saw a solid amount of success, releasing his third mixtape, At What Cost. He had features from artists like Steve Lacy, Wale, K Tronada, and more. It peaked at 127 on the Billboard 200, which isn't too bad for a smaller artist, and it even went gold. The song Crew from that project, featuring Shy Glizzy and Brent Faiyaz, became a huge hit, and even eventually went 7 times platinum. But then something happened that not only changed GoldLink's life, but many people's lives in the hip-hop community. On September 7th of 2018, Mac Miller was found dead in his home after a drug overdose. He was known to have struggled with drugs.
Long live Mac,
It's
dog.
evident in his
Long live
music,
Mac Miller
but
for
his
sure.
death still shook the world.
If y'all
His
can, put some of y'all
shot
favorite songs in the
970%.
comments of Mac
Thousands
Miller.
of fans hosted a vigil at Blue Slide Park in Pittsburgh, and many celebrities offered their condolences. Future, Chance the Rapper, John Mayer, DJ Khaled, Jaden Smith, Shawn Mendes, Victoria Justice, J. Cole, Ariana Grande, and many more people mourned his death online. It was clear what a positive impact Mac Miller had left on people, and just how loved he was by everyone in the community. Schoolboy Q, a good friend of his, explained it well in an interview.
To this day, I don't understand how I can't call no more. And it's just so like losing a friend to gang banging is way different from losing a friend that's like an innocent little kid that's just super pure.
Everyone was upset about Mac's death.
Gotta stay
Including
pure,
GoldLink.
y'all.
He did an interview with Colors after Mac's passing and shouted him out for being one of the first people to put him on.
Mac was a person who actually believed in me when nobody else did at the time. Like, that was around the same time as I did the first Colors. That was 2015. He's like, hey, why don't you come in? That was like my first hip-hop look.
But there was a jealousy and resentment brewing in GoldLink's heart that
Why?
led to a career-shattering Instagram post that he made in 2019.
Why though? What is the
A
envy
year
about?
after Mac Miller passed away, GoldLink made a post on Instagram that was sort of an open letter to his old pal Mac. GoldLink said, "I'd be lying if I said I was surprised to hear that you died on us. Not because you were
Whoa.
necessarily troubled, but because you were special. And because of that, you were troubled." Already, he ruffled some feathers by
What the
essentially
fuck?
saying, "I expected you to die." Which is just a really odd
Yeah, hold
move,
on.
but
Wait,
somehow
wait,
it got
wait.
worse. I think what made you and I special is that we weren't always on the best terms, so I didn't always have great things to say about you. When we were on the Good AM tour, I played you my album, and after that we didn't talk, and you thought it was absolutely incredible. I released it under the Soulection label, and the single for my album was called Unique featuring Anderson .Paak, and that was your favorite song at the time. I always thought you drove yourself insane about your own music. So much that you would adopt styles as homage to those around you that you loved. That's where our problems started. Divine Feminine was an actual blueprint of And After That We Didn't Talk. Your single was called Dang, featuring Anderson .Paak. You had Soulection support you on the Divine Feminine tour.
Oh,
When I tried to
wait. Now we getting into it. We breaking it down, and we learning. So you was amused, pretty much. What I'm saying is, like, you amused, like, you was able to keep Mac Miller inspired. You inspired him a lot. You fueled creative abilities inside of him. No Diddy. Okay, I'm following so far,
protect
y'all.
you about anything at all, you never hit me. A close mutual friend ended up just hitting my DJ saying, "Listen man, we love Link, but we just had to do what we had to do." And Max said if he ever needs a verse at any time, he got him. Afterwards, we seen each other at Coachella, and you put your head down like an innocent child. But I told you to pick it up, and I hugged you like the brother you are to me. You were the first person brave enough to openly say he's dope, and gave me a platform. That meant more to me than anything else. 3 days before you died, I remember pulling up on you at the crib, walking in the house and seeing the Divine Feminine album plaque on the wall. I was so proud of you and what you created for yourself, and I'm forever grateful for that. This post sent everyone into a frenzy.
Wow.
Understandably so. GoldLink was essentially taking credit for one of Mac Miller's albums, saying he was proud of him as if he was some sort of big brother and huge inspiration, and he straight up accused him of stealing. And not to mention, this was 3 years after the album came out and 1 year after Mac Miller passed away, so he couldn't even respond to these allegations.
Damn.
This post was inspired by pure jealousy, blind rage and hatred for another man and the success that he had, right?
Damn,
Because
Sean
if
C,
Mac
shout out
Miller
Sean C.
hadn't been the name that he was, I don't think GoldLink would have ever been upset that deeply. I don't think he would have been. How much of a narcissist do you have to be to turn someone dying into your moment to prop yourself up as if you are some sort of genius that needed to be stolen from,
Yeah.
and you in the same post act like you're the bigger man for somewhat forgiving him and quote unquote being proud of him as if you helped him reach his level of success?
Like GoldLink admitted, Mac Miller opened up his fan base to him, so many of GoldLink's fans were originally fans of Mac. So
Yeah.
clearly, even GoldLink's own fan base was going to be very upset about this. GoldLink used a picture from the last day I ever saw Mac Miller, I think from his last photo shoot in life, to kick up some questionable stuff over a year after the kid passed and can't even respond. And I can't even wrap my head around the logic that would tell someone to do this. This dude low-key said Mac copied his style for an album because of a Pac feature, but in the end tried to make it look like he was proud of him. Weirdo. GoldLink's post was so upsetting that not only fans responded, but it prompted a fellow friend of Mac and collaborator Anderson .Paak to respond. He said, at GoldLink, I would imagine your weird ass posted up somewhere just like this when you decided to make that disrespectful, narcissistic, jealous, grossly unnecessary post.
That's
Why
insane.
would you do it? I can't even understand it. Since you felt it necessary to bring me up twice, and my boy ain't here to respond, I'ma say it like this. You ain't the first to make an album inspired by a relationship.
No, not at
You ain't
all.
the first to make a song featuring Anderson .Paak.
No,
But
not at
you are
all.
the first to disrespect my friend who is no longer here for absolutely no reason, and I can't stand for that. Anderson .Paak continued to say
that's
how this
crazy
really
as
upset
fuck.
him,
Why the
and
hell
that
would you
GoldLink
do that?
wouldn't respond to any of his messages, so he decided to make a public post in response. He continued, if Divine Feminine was such a blueprint of your record, then tell me where the plaques are for whatever your shit was called. Mac
Damn.
brought your ass on tour and opened up his fan base to you when you had nothing. And this is the type of appreciation you give? You should have just been grateful for the opportunity. Whatever issues you had with Mac should have been addressed in person and ended there. What's the point of bringing this up after his passing and disrespecting his name? Some things
ridiculous.
simply have nothing to do with you. But when you have a God complex, I'm sure it's easy to think everything comes from you or was inspired in some way. Anderson .Paak perfectly explained how everyone
That was
else felt about
flawlessly
the
said.
situation.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's very distasteful though. Why the hell is like, so this video we using it as learning, this is informational purposes, right? So it's like, for all my artists, make sure you know what you're actually saying and don't address how you feel publicly, y'all. Do not be scared to have these private conversations. Like, you gotta do that because he was supposed to do that shit publicly and he did it privately and it ruined his whole career.
Dead man. One fan said, when Anderson .Paak goes off on you, you know he said that Mac refused to take royalties from any of their collabs.
He didn't want no publicity. He said, if you make $1 million, buy me a S-Class Benz or something like that.
Publishing off the BT, man?
Yeah, the whole project, he gave me ownership of it.
That's dope.
He just said, if you make a gang of money, just give me like an S-Class. Wow. And then took me on the road. I paid for my room and board and still paid me. So yeah, that was the homie.
So obviously this accusation upset many fans and
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, that's
of Mac
bogus as
Miller.
hell.
With all of the outrage, GoldLink attempted to respond at a show shortly after.
The whole post that I made about Mac Miller was about love and that actually be brothers. It wasn't about stealing. I never used the word copy. I never used the word steal. The thing is, Mac Miller wrote all of Divine Feminine.
Yeah, but wait. See, even when oh man, I might have started at a bad time. No, you didn't say those particular words, but you insinuated that the man took from you. He stole from you, and he had some of his biggest success off of what you did. Wow.
However, despite his best efforts, people weren't having it. One fan wrote, best friends don't give backhanded compliments to dead best friends. TMZ even posted an article saying that he was backtracking. And he was. He knew what he was saying, as did all the fans, and there was no going back from it. About 3 weeks later, GoldLink made a post on his alternate Instagram account where he said, I remember getting a call that I was culturally canceled after I posted something about a friend that died due to an overdose on his own couch. I laughed. I thought the attempt was quite cute, actually. So not only did GoldLink disrespect the dead, but then he started acting like he was some evil anime antagonist. Anyways, he just continued on to tell a story about how close he was with Mac and how they hung out right before he died. But comments like these did not help. And fans made that evident. Even this comment on its own pisses me off. Overdose on his own couch. I don't know why, but that just pisses me off. You're sharing too many details about you shouldn't be speaking about. The GoldLink hate train was already full steam ahead. Shortly after the controversy, in January of 2020, he posted a video to Instagram of him performing in Johannesburg with the caption, "Cancelled feels nice." After that, though, he started canceling shows and slowly fading away from the public eye. On top of that, the pandemic happened, which definitely didn't help his career out at all. Despite only 3 releases in 2020, one of which was called Best Rapper in the World, he came back with an album called Haram in 2021. After releasing the lead single, he sent some shots at Sheck West to rehash some previous beef and possibly to promote the album. Regardless, people weren't huge on this next project. This MF recording on a drive-through speaker. How does he go from At What Cost to this? This is what you hear if you get sleep paralysis in a club. Sure, people's disdain from him after the Mac comments may have swayed public opinion. but his career was going downhill. Not only that, but he got like zero press for the album release. I was only able to find 2 super small interviews he did to promote the album, and that was it. It's likely that after his comments about Mac Miller, a beloved figure in the music industry, that GoldLink was blackballed by many people in the industry. The lack of press is evident in how poorly the album performed. It didn't chart, most songs didn't crack 1 million plays, and I can't even find the first week's sales, which is crazy in comparison to his previous album, which had a lot of great reviews and performed much better. Regardless, after that, GoldLink pretty much fell off the face of the earth. Besides a retweet on his Twitter and a song he featured on in 2023, he's been gone. Even his website was shut down. His Instagram comments are turned off, likely from all the hate he was receiving, and it seemed like his career was going to be entirely over. That wasn't until I saw that he featured on The Front Porch about a month ago, along with a small interview. He's grown a beard and grew out his hair, so maybe he's changing up his style, trying to put the drama behind him and start anew. It's likely that GoldLink thought maybe disappearing for a while would have got a lot of the heat off of him, but based on how people still bring up this incident to this day, it's likely that his career will be ruined forever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all let me know how y'all feel about this video. This is knowledge purposes, guys. Make sure you know what you're saying. Like, dude, you cannot act off emotion. Like, no matter how you feel, whether it's angry, sad, mad, whatever it is, negatively, you can't do that. Because you get stuff like this where you have a career at your hands snatched away from you. And that happened in any field. It could be the film industry, music industry, hell, even the the online shopping, like online, like FedEx or UPS, that type of industry. It doesn't matter what industry. You have to make sure you're making calculated moves. And if you're having issues with somebody, have them privately, guys. You don't want to do that online. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new. Hope you enjoyed this video. Happy Sunday. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, guys. I'm signing out. Y'all love.